All right, we are underway.
Do we have any visitors or?
We do. We have two on the side here, and I know these two, they are not here for the items that are in front of us at the moment.
Nevertheless, I just want to do this once,
Okay,
rather than each time.
all right, so let me do this here. We get Chris in here. Chris, can you hear me?
Hi, John, I'm here.
Perfect. And I'll get Danielle here real quick. Danielle, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you.
Fantastic. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go through our introduction for what we do for our hearings. The item I know you guys are here for, the owner is not here at the moment. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through our introduction just so you hear it and you have it in your mind and conscious there. And then we'll pause you guys again and we'll bring you back in when your item's here.
Okay.
Sounds good, thanks.
No problem. Counselor,
We're on the record.
we are on the record.
I'm Attorney Gary Oberst. I'm the hearing officer for today. To my right, representing the city of Norwalk, is John Higducky, the deputy zoning inspector. I call your matter, you can take a seat at the table, or you can come in by Zoom or telephone. The procedure will follow as the city, Mr. Higducky will present its findings. You'll have an opportunity to be heard. I'll hear any interested party. And we'll try to reach a resolution that satisfies everyone. If we can't, I will make a decision that may not satisfy anyone. If you have any questions, bring them to my attention when I call your matter. Is anybody here represented by counsel?
Nope.
Okay,
All righty. All right, Danielle, I'll put you back on mute for 1 second. Well, for a little while until we get to Chestnut Hill.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So let's go to the main screen here. Okay. First item, four Franchi's not here. So we'll just zip right on down the line here. It should be pretty quick, actually. We'll do 118 Lexington Avenue. Yo, come on up. Come on up. We're gonna be right there. This is a new one, haven't seen it before. There you go. Okay, good. All right, counsel, let me know when you're ready, and we'll see you. That's the only, go.
okay. Raise your right hand, please. State your name for the record.
Gerardo Mandujano,
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
yes.
Okay, Mr. Higducky.
All righty, so let's go to everybody's favorite time of the presentation, the share screen, and we will go to. And let's see if we can't find 118 Lexington somewhere here. There we go. And so just so everybody's aware, the presentation on the screen is what I'm handing to Attorney Oberst in piecemeal. So I will go at my pace, but if Attorney Oberst needs me to slam the brakes for him, I shall. All right, so this all began with a complaint which was forwarded to our director, Steve Kleppen, on April 1st. And basically, Steve at the time, because I was out of the office, Lord only knows where I was, had one of our other staff members, Vincent, go out and conduct the inspection with Fire Marshal Scully and a couple of our members of City Hall. So that's what initiated all this, and because with this email,
I'm sorry,
Okay.
what's the initiate? Where'd you?
next page. So this is from Brian Scully, the fire marshal, he's our fire
Oh, okay, I
marshal.
got it.
And then this was just a small email chain to get the staff to get somebody out there for an inspection because I wasn't there.
Oh, that's a problem. Okay.
Yeah, slightly, depends how you look at it. So, and with that email, during that inspection.
Who's this guy?
That's Vincent, he's our inspector, one of our inspectors, and unfortunately, the state gave him a little bit more money to work for them, so he's no longer working with us.
Gotcha, okay. Okay, got it.
All right, perfect. And I got just some photos from Vincent's inspection. That's the next bit there. So this is the front of the house. Standard house. This is the attic living space egress. I guess stairs going down to grade there via the second floor. This is a picture of the backyard. I don't know why Vincent grabbed me that, but he did. This was a photo of the egress to the basement living space.
So these dated?
Yeah, they're in the top corner.
Oh, I missed this.
Oh, no, that's just Vincent did. Actually, I don't know. He never told me how he did that, actually.
Okay.
So. So now we go into the basement here. This is the basement kitchen area, fridge, got a sink there, some countertops. We also have a basement unit bedroom. More a wider view of the kitchen there. And this now goes up to the attic. Sink, fridge, a little blurry. I apologize, everybody. This is attic bedroom living space. I'm just guessing that because that looks like a bed there. Next one would be the bathroom, obviously. Sink for the bathroom. And we have some attic space here. Looks like storage. Another sleeping area, sleeping quarter, bedroom. Bedroom again. And entrance to the shower area. Vincent didn't label that one. I'm thinking that's in the basement, maybe.
No, that's a,
Attic. Thank you, Gil. So then the next part of this is all. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Any objections to any of these photographs? All right, good.
no, exactly.
So the next.
I will admit them as exhibits.
Very good. If you want to put those together so it doesn't get too crazy. We have here from the health department, this is what they sent for a notice.
How did they get in for those pictures?
The property owner has to allow them in. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the notice from the health department. Whenever I get copied on another department's notice, I keep it with ours. And their violation was for illegal apartment in basement and attic. So that brings full circle as to why we are here today. Now for everybody's second favorite part of the presentation.
Probably should have been first.
Probably should have been first. It could have been. That's all right. That's all right. Well, we can, that's why I'm bringing it around. We always want to know why we're here in the first place. So this is our housekeeping for the notice of violation.
Right.
So we have, here is the owner of record via the tax card. And this next page is the notice of violation to the owner at the tax card. And we have, now this was funny. We got the green card back. No signature. Now, normally I'd be like, we're kind of dead in the water here. But
I get that.
yep, and also, Mr. Madiwano also came in subsequently to discuss the matter, so I would submit that the notice did get to the property owner. So we're good there.
Fine notice.
Fine notice, yep. So now, the next step to this was, Mr. Madiwano came in and, said that he's removing the unit, he's vacating the attic and the basement and would remove the units. Like, fantastic, this is great. Next step in all this was I got an email from one of our housing inspectors, Yvonne from the health department. And she informed me that the kitchen in the attic and the basement cellar have been removed. And she also supplied pictures of that. So this is, according to her, this is the, I believe, basement. Yep. So basement's empty there. The attic, this was a storage, but the kitchen was removed. The basement area, the stove and other implements were removed. I'll spoil it for everybody. This sink is actually okay to be there via previous permit. I do have that later on my presentation, but there's a spoiler there. And this was also the basement. Has been emptied out. And last but not least, another couple of pictures of the basement bedroom being vacated.
Sir, any objection to these pictures?
No,
Okay. So, and now, the owner has the option, if he wanted to legalize these spaces as living space. These could not be apartments. So this is the plan that was submitted. And, this is common what we get. We don't, here in zoning, we don't necessarily require professional plans or architecturals or things of that nature. So I accepted these. This is for the upstairs, for the attic,
Okay,
to finish off some living space with the bathroom and some living space. I was all set to issue this. However, the building official, Bill Ireland, the chief building official, sent me an email stating that he requires, he wants professional drawings. That's his decision, not mine. But unfortunately, to get this totally resolved, a certificate of zoning compliance is needed, and the method to get a certificate of zoning compliance requires a building permit. So if something is required for a building permit, we have to include that in what we need. Because if we say no, then building permit is not going to issue a permit.
gotcha.
So it's kind of a catch-22 for us. So that's why I sent the citation very recently, the 13th. Here's the citation again to the owner of record. And it's 2 pages because there's a lot of words here for today's hearings. And this is our constable service, the fine constable Bondi. Wrote a paragraph there, but I think he did his job because the owner's here today. And this was also as belts and suspenders, once again. No signature. I just wanted to include that for a quick laugh for the hearing officer there.
I can sign it.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing now, it's fine. So, and I went by today just to get some pictures of the exterior, just to have the hearing officer see something, a little close-ups of, oh, wow, it's upside down, look at that. Wow. There we go. We could-
I told the TV.
We got, no, we're good, we got technology. A few months ago, you would have had to do that. If you want to do that, I don't know how that's gonna help with your, I don't know how it's gonna help your
Now
decision.
you told it on.
Now we're good, now we're cooking, but now it's back upside down again. Don't worry, I don't know what went on with that.
That's my look, it's upside down.
I think that bigger,
Because-
if it's upside down, that's a bigger problem than I think we all think you have here. Yeah, this is just of the exterior, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing when it comes to the exterior. The last thing I wanted to submit,
Any objection to?
No,
the last bit that I wanted to submit, just so that the hearing officer is aware, there have been other permits on this property to do the same exact thing. Which is to remove 2 illegal units, one in the attic, one in the basement, 118 Lexington. Same owner. This was the notice to quit that was given at the time in 2003. This was all before I was here, so this is all this, I'm copying what was in the file. This is a lien issue, these permits here, I think a previous zoning officer lien. And these are just the plans that were submitted for that, and so that's the 3rd floor. And last but not least, oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Did I copy the same thing twice? Oh, boy, I think I may have. Hang on, everybody. I'll get this right one year. I have one more, there it is, okay, now we're cooking. Last but not least, this was a certificate of zoning compliance issued in 2010. Again, to remove kitchens in the basement and attic area. Premise to be two-family residence. This permit was taken out in 2010, whereas the other one was 2003. And again, here's the plans associated with it. And I also promised Gil I would make him some copies of these, and I can get that for him after the hearing. And so that's basically it. So basically what we're looking for here in for the zoning perspective here is let me stop this for a second. So basically what we're looking for here is the file to at least be continued, the matter to be continued, because
Well, what happened with these other times?
that's all I can say. That may be a question to ask the property owner. I mean, these were closed out. These were
How
these
did
were
they get closed out if they were still in violation?
at the time when they were inspected in 2003 and 2010. They had to, I'm assuming they were in compliance. I did not do the inspections, but we could not have issued the certificates without it
Okay,
being in compliance.
No,
So
certificate is here.
that may help as well.
okay.
So what we're asking for is the property owner submitted a plan that could have been approved by our office. However, he is going to need something a little bit more to satisfy the building department. Again, it's not us, but without satisfying the building department, we can't get the certificate of zoning compliance that we need to close everything. So,
Okay, so how much time do we need? And what do we have to do, and then how much time do we?
well, we
need
have
the Drawings?
we have to get the drawings that are satisfactory to the building department. So that would require the property owner to get more detailed and more, shall we say, professional plans. I'm not sure the word architect is used here, but professional nonetheless. So it could be a contractor who's good with drawings. It could be somebody who's just good
And who
with
does he
design.
show them to?
Well, I would be, before I accepted him, I would have him see my good friend Bill Ireland to make sure that what we accept will be acceptable to him.
Right.
And then once he says it's okay,
So you'll be able to judge for that, or should we go directly to Mr. Ireland?
I could judge for that, but if I have a question, obviously I will,
All right,
I will talk to Bill.
okay, and then the building permit after the drawing?
Yep.
All right, so what do we want to see the next time we're here?
I would ideally at least like to see bare minimum that we have plans that are acceptable, that we can issue a building permit and a zoning permit.
You want to have it issued by then?
Have at least ours issued and it to the building department, into the building department's hands.
Okay. All right. So,
Because they're also a little backed up like we are.
so we want plans. So how long is that going to take?
I'll be honest, it could take anywhere, if you find somebody tomorrow, probably would take at least a couple of weeks, a few weeks to do. If it takes a little while, you could be looking at, more than a month.
Okay. Act expeditiously on this. You heard what we said, you're gonna have to answer aloud. I have to. We're recording.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mr. Allen suggests me after he walking over there as officially checking everything and tell me how long I have that property. He suggests me who's my lawyer. He made in the closing. I tell him who's my lawyer. He tell me I may do what we are here for a permit and making legal. But I waiting to my lawyer tell me what I got to do, but now he's in vacation.
lawyers tend to do that.
So everything is
Who's your lawyer?
Mr. Richard Means.
I don't know what they do.
All right, so why don't we continue this for 6 weeks? That gives you. If you can't get it done in 6 weeks, I want to know why.
Yeah, okay.
And 6 weeks with the nearest,
And my lawyer or anybody can suggest me somebody doing those drawings.
yeah,
so I
the only
get it done.
person that can't is me. Because that looks like selling, I'm playing favorites. I can't do that as a city employee, so. But if your attorney has a suggestion, sometimes the building department can suggest folks as well. It's just we're the only department that can't legally.
Okay.
So, and even, your attorney, Mr. Riss, he probably has a couple guys he can guide you to.
Because I used to have when I doing a contractor is doing home improvement.
Yeah.
I have guys, but I'm retired to working as employee 15 years ago.
And you can,
I don't know anybody anymore.
no, that's why you can ask them. You can, you can even ask around the folks that may be in the room now. You never know. It does really, we're the only department I can't suggest anything to you.
So instead to be the third floor for the second floor, you going to be legal?
Yeah, so basically what all you're doing is you want to make that living space instead of an apartment. That we can do that later.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
When are we continue a date for?
Well, here's what we'll do.
Oh, Mr. Irland made me, he changed the wood outside of the.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that you're telling me that.
A
Yeah,
grass window.
yeah, and that's a good first step, but we need to get the rest of it done. So
Yeah.
we'll hold on to those for when we submit everything else, because we'll take those when you get the plans as well. So we have, let me just take a quick look here. So 6 weeks, so that would be the 28th. That's 4. We're into August. We don't have anything scheduled in August at the moment.
Okay.
Would you like to do that?
No, I'd like to take all this off.
Attorneys like vacations, I see that. We do have September 21st, we have a hearing.
That's a long time.
That is, I don't mind doing the 7th. Or I know you said you didn't want to do anything in August.
I mean, I'm willing to.
Well, you want to do the 31st?
But August 31st.
That's 8 weeks instead of 6 weeks.
Yeah, I can't remember that day on the 31st. Because the 30th.
I can do the 30th.
Let's do it then.
We can do that. There you go. So we're gonna have you back here on the 30th.
Okay.
So by then we want to get at least get plans that Bill will accept and will issue a permit here. And we'll hand the permit to Bill. As long as those 3 things happen, you're good. And Attorney Overs is gonna put that in writing for you.
Continue to 8/30/22. We'll see what happens. You can notice now that that's the date. You're not gonna have to send it.
Yes.
So we don't have to send the constable out again.
I got started tomorrow to looking for
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, not tomorrow, today.
Yeah, no, the sooner the better.
Okay, ruling is violation found, no fine at this time, continue to August 30th in progress. Okay,
Okay.
Very good. That's about as good as it gets. So we will stop recording here. Let me get it back in here. Where is my stop recording? Here I am. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to 3 Apple Tree Lane, which is number 3 on your agendas if you're following along at home. Last time we were here was on April 20th, 2022. I'm gonna get the share screen up, and if the hearing officer would like to do his thing, that'd be great.
raise your right hand, sir. State your name.
Dixon Torres?
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That and up we go. All right, so last time we were here again, April 20th, 2022. And at that time, the decision was that we would continue to June 22nd, which was last week, but we had to postpone that to this week. No fine at the time and must show progress to avoid fine at this hearing. So a bit of housekeeping. This is the notice for today's hearing.
We had oral notice.
We did, but it was for the 22nd.
Oh, got it.
So, yeah, unfortunately, Peter got paid well for this hearing.
Very good, okay.
So, yeah. So that's the notice. Here's Peter's service. And in this case, we actually did get a green card. That was actually signed. Don't get that often.
Did you sign that? We have notice.
We have notice.
All right,
Fantastic.
moving on.
So like I said, this was pretty easy. It had to be contingent on that we have some progress. Here's some photos from this morning. And voila, we have a second floor where we did not have one before. So construction is moving along. The permits are all still valid with the building department. We're getting inspections done regularly, or when they're supposed to be getting done. So I'll be completely honest, this is about where they could be right now. We kind of just gotta let them finish out the work. As a friendly reminder to anybody who may not recall this one, this was very simple, straightforward. Work without permits, jumped the gun a little bit there to do the project, and building department got involved with the stop work order. But now we're working, so the resolution will be to finish it.
Any objections? Have to answer out loud.
No.
These are admitted.
Again, so, and actually, like I said, this is gonna be a short one, that's all I got. So I think,
You don't have anything that you want to say that's. No. This point is not a good idea to say anything. Okay.
so, basically what we're just looking for here is yeah, I will do, Mr. Torres a bit of a favor here a bit, saying that we want to continue this a little bit, so he doesn't have to keep coming back every month. I have no problem with that.
Whatever you suggest.
Well, how about we circle back to that other out there date, the 21st of September? We have one item on there already, just one. And I figure that's that's about 3 months from now,
Okay.
and he's moving along pretty good, so
Keep up the good work. Let's-
yeah, so here's the decision form.
No losers.
I don't want to lose that this time. No problem. And also those amendments you want to make, just like I said, call
So there's
Monty.
no is there still a violation?
Technically, the violation is it was work without permits, which means that the only way you can close out a permit is with a CO and a certificate of zoning compliance.
Okay, so violation. That's what you're telling me.
But what I'm concerned, I had a previous permit.
Would be on the scope of that. That's the issue. That's where the building department got you.
Significant. No. It's. It's fine. I didn't find anybody.
All the days young.
But you want to get paid?
Yeah.
He doesn't get paid, and I don't get anything extra for this.
How much would the fine be if we?
The fine would be if we did issue a fine, and this is kind of fun for the people at home. The maximum fine the state of Connecticut says that you can issue is $35,850
As of today,
as of today,
it goes up $150
a day. Yep.
So far, you're doing great. That's supposed to
Doesn't cost you anything yet, son. That's a big number too. That's a big number.
continue. 2.
September 21st. That's a Wednesday.
9 sweat. Well, we'll see what
We'll
happens.
see what happens then. If we have to send the notice also.
9 sweat, let's see. Okay, so just I'm giving you notice right now.
But that date changes, I'll send.
If you don't hear from us, you gotta be here.
Yeah. We'll have the older. Not that I really care, but. Oh, there it is. All right. There we go. We are cooking. Actually, look. You're all set, so we'll call that, we're all done with that one.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are going to kind of skip a little bit here because of time, a little bit of time constraints. We're going to item number 5, which is 41 Vanzant Street on the agenda. And if the hearing officer would like to do the swearing in while I pull up the share screen.
So raise your right hand, state your name for the record.
Darwin Demas.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. This was continued to June 22, so we need to renotice people.
Mhm. Yep.
Sorry.
So, we'll start with the last time we were here, April 20th. We have here, no fine at that time. It was
What
continued.
about the notes?
I'm getting there, just what we did last time, and then I'll,
Oh, okay.
and then we go on.
You
This is all I can-
don't notice.
Well, no, I'm just saying, this is the hearing he should be at. This is why we're here. And then say, okay, 22nd, but that was postponed. So we had to send notice, because he did have oral notice that
I
time.
got you, okay, very good.
Yeah, every now and again, I get it
You're
right.
ahead of me again.
No, that doesn't happen often, so let's, I'll slow down. a
I
little
mean,
bit.
again, I mean, the second time.
Ever in 4 years, yeah, 4 years, exactly. So this is the hearing notice for today. And this is Constable Bondi's service. And
Have an unsigned green
And
card.
then yet another unsigned greeting card. I have a friend of mine that's in the post office. I want to know how they get away with this. I'm gonna, next time I get them in a bar, I'm gonna ask them why they do that.
He asked for the to sign it or not?
I don't know. They just send me back a blank green card.
I didn't sign it.
Nobody does. I don't know. I don't get it.
I never get any. limit.
See, exactly.
I used to have before, but
But you got this.
But you got that,
Right,
which is
right.
what's important.
All right, so
At the end of the day,
noticed.
we have noticed, that's a tangent, a little kicks and giggles. So, here's where we are today. So the issue here was a small shed constructed with no permits.
Yeah,
That's this one.
right.
So. Went by today, just to get the, what it looks like currently. So this area here, part of the violation is also there's parking, your favorite, parking in the front setback.
Right.
So this here will have to be taken care of at some point. Reason why I'm saying some point, if I may continue down here. So this is the original survey we got of the property. So this was done in March. And this is, I'm kind of circling here just a little bit. I'll bring this up here on the screen. So we had a small problem with this survey. Let me turn it here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the problem was the shed and some parking spaces were on the other or another person's property. So other than the fact that we had no permit for the shed or approval, legally, I couldn't sign that even if I wanted to, because it's on another person's property. But to move it either here or in this zone, this is, I'll put this out there for everybody. This is a brand new zone. This is the newest zone we have, was just created a few months back. East Avenue Village Transit Zone. So basically that encourages density, that encourages people who own property there, maybe to put a few units in their house on their property. But the other benefit to that, even if you don't, as long as you're surrounded by EVTZ, which I cut off on the screen, but you're surrounded by it, you have no rear or side setback. So you just have to be on your property. Still a problem. So, and I also put that on another, just for everybody at home. This is our chart for setbacks for this particular zone. And whoop, there we go. And so basically you can see the yards here, the side yard, none and none. So he doesn't have, it just has to be on the property. And we'll just go down here and just for also, that's the little guy I'm talking about there, yeah. So,
that's how it be now.
yep, that's how it is now. That's how it is
Now,
today. Yep.
exactly.
And I apologize for boring everybody just for a half second. I did not introduce this into the record last time around. We have to do this. It's a variance on the property, which confirms the use of the property, which is 3-family. This was obtained in 1994. And on here, it's just saying that it is created 3-family where normally would not be allowed. Back then, they were giving out use variances. We don't do that anymore. And this was just the map that was submitted at the time. And what this does is two things. One, negative for the property owner. It clearly shows there was no parking in the front setback. This was, the driveway went pretty much to the house. So that has to be landscaping there.
That's what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. And then in the back, if you look at the aerial photo today, not today, I should say, the recent aerial photo, there was a greens patch back here, which normally would have had to be restored. However, because of this approval and what they approved here, it's not required. So you got a break there. So, I just wanted to submit that into the record, so I didn't do that last. So now, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna stop share on this one. Let's do this real quick. And stop share. So what I want to show here is the property owner just submitted a fresh survey. And this is on file at City Hall in my office, P and Z. If anybody wants to see it, I didn't get a chance to scan it. So we have the shed is on the property. And we have, turned it. There's a requirement because it's a 3-family. There has to be 6 parking spaces. We have 7. So he's,
So the door is here.
No, the doors here in the front.
it's in the front.
Three doors, 3 little stores.
It's a little storage area for each unit.
Oh, very
Now
nice.
you got door there, door there, door there.
Gotcha. That's nice.
So now the structure's okay. But now the last remaining little nugget of this, have to take care of the parking in the front. And we also do need to get a permit. So we'll get that. That's not a problem.
I am working there because the loan company.
Yeah.
They don't pay taxes yet. I believe it's the July 1st to
Okay,
the end. So
yeah,
I working in that because. I don't
you
pay.
can still, yeah, I mean, you can still get your permit through us, through zoning,
Oh,
without all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just the building department.
Oh, they told me.
Yeah, over there,
Ah,
no,
okay,
Or,
okay.
we don't care if you,
Ah,
we
okay.
don't care if you pay your taxes.
Mm.
We do.
No,
Don't
in the
tell the
front-
tax
in the front one, I don't wanna use it for parking spot, so I'm gonna be,
Well,
if they clean that, you want me to put a sign in the.
what's that? Right here, parking gravel area.
Well, it's gonna put right it in English, but it's.
But what you
So
could
I'm
do,
looking at this.
yeah, so you're looking at it like,
Because it was a
Like
lot of weed in there and.
here's the driveway.
Right.
That's your- What you could do, a sign isn't gonna cut it, because we know people don't listen to signs, trust me, I know that. So what you could do, just as a very, very quick, if you were to put a couple shrubs, 1, 2,
There,
that's fine.
okay,
Because what it is, you have to block the parking,
okay,
that's all. You don't have to turn it to grass.
nice,
You can just grab, a couple of shrubs,
Uh-huh.
1, 2, maybe 3,
Oh,
call it a day.
nice.
Permit and parking.
Found you got somebody else here that knows the same exact problem that you have. Same exact problem.
All right, so what we're gonna do is, we're just waiting for you to get permits, right?
Permits and the,
Where, right here in the office on here?
yeah, so if you want to come by, I'm out tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. If you want to come by next week, we'll get you a permit.
Okay.
Come on and just ask for me.
So meanwhile, people are parking on this, how we. lining up the parking
They
lots?
could, yeah, if they wanted to. I mean, they shouldn't be, but to us,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
one Belgian block is not robust
You
enough
have
as a block.
you have it to me higher up, little bit here.
A little higher up.
Get the permit, we'll talk about the parking here.
Okay, so we'll do,
If you solve the parking, fine, if you don't.
we'll talk about it
what's
later.
gonna happen? I wanna see the permit.
Yeah, I want you to drive by every day. and stuff.
If you're my only issue, I would do that, no problem. So basically, when we get to the decision form here, okay. Decision form, I'll start backing up a little bit here. Take this big old thing.
You don't need the old one, right?
Well, I'll keep it just, I have one copy for the file, but this is the big one.
Okay.
Number here, you wanna do that. Violation. Ongoing. Significant progress. Excellent fine. $19,200. No fine at this time. Continued to 9/21/22. Yes. Right. Parking. Not resolved. Yes, it can.
just so. Just for some fun. They do park there. They do.
Where would you like me to come?
In the back, he's got an extra space back there.
Oh, okay, tell me to
In
go
theory.
back there.
Yeah, there,
All
yeah.
right.
You could have got away with a little bit if you didn't have that extra space back
I got
there.
a big rock like that in the back.
It's going to have to be a pretty big rock. We allowed that
Very
one.
big, very big.
Put
Yeah,
a couple
exactly,
clamps there.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna double.
All right, so this is all,
thank you.
Back on the real issue one.
This is the real issue here. This is gonna be. Yes, sure.
gotcha. You take this.
Yep.
This, and now we're at 16 there.
16 depth. Yep.
What is- what's-
Here's the previous
It's been
form.
on Forever.
It's been around a little bit. Yeah, like I said, this was gonna be the that's here. Okay. Now. All right, for those of you following along at home, this is number 4 on the agenda, 16 Devon. Darvin's a frequent flyer, so he likes it here, so he's got a couple items on the agenda. So let me get that share screen up. I don't think the hearing officer needs to swear him in again. Get this up. Let's see.
So you're still under oath.
Yeah, he's still under oath. He's not lying unless he changes his mind. All right. Are you ready there, Council?
Go ahead, I'm ready.
All right, 16 Devon. This last time we were here again, April 20th. The violation had continued. This was a little worse off for the property owner here. We have $1,000 assessed fine already on the books. We have a $2,000 contingent fine based on progress. It was continued to the 22nd of June, which we did not have that hearing, so we have to go through the old housekeeping again. This will be very quick. Obviously, there's the notice. We have Constable Bondi's service. And again, the no signature green card.
But you got this notice.
Oh, yeah.
I got those.
Yeah, got it at the same time.
Yeah.
Notice is found.
All right. So, and this is a pretty easy presentation on my part. How much has changed? There's the, we have the converted garage still. And we have the parking in the front setback still.
Remember this, yeah.
So, again, just there's a very brief recap. There is 2 methods here that could be resolved. The first one would be to revert the garage back to parking and then eliminating this lovely Belgian block work here on the side. Or the other option would be to, you can, because we do have a survey that says that there is enough room on the side to get a driveway. However, the chimney and the bay window are in the way. If the chimney and bay window were removed, the converted garage could stay. The nice Belgian block can also stay. The driveway in front would have to be reverted to lawn.
Well,
And we do actually, yep,
Isn't this a garage?
no, it's, right now it's converted.
Okay, so if it stays converted, you can't use.
Can't use the asphalt part, correct. And then you would have to take down, well, I mean, talk to your local zoning planner about that.
Okay.
So you'll-
Trying to win time for
and
change.
we do
Change.
have, one thing I did want to bring up, I put in their memo there. He does have a permit for the work to remove the chimney and the bay window.
Mhm.
We pulled that permit. And he has 1 year to pull a building permit to satisfy that.
Mhm.
Now, this comes to where I have to be a pain in the butt. Typically, with violations for work without permits, we do not like to see a year being taken. We want to see it resolved sooner. But on the flip side of that, we did require the property owner to get a permit. The permit was issued in, I don't have it, I have the permit probably here somewhere. No, it was a little bit better than that, a little bit better. It was in early 2021.
Mhm.
So he's, I mean, early 2020, here it is, here, I couldn't just looked at it. Here we go. This was issued in, here we go. December 2021. That was with the chimney removed, say window removed. Driveway here, this was gonna be grass. So it still hasn't been a year. It's been 7 months. 7 months on the flip side, still nothing's been done. Still a violation. But we do also, the conundrum here is we do have an active and valid permit.
So what is your plan?
Okay, I already decided last time here.
I'm sorry, but I'm.
No, I got the plan. I decided to get the door back and take the high parking out and convert it
Back to the garage.
And back to the garage, that's what I decided.
Okay,
And I ordered, as soon as I decided, I ordered the door.
right.
Not here yet. He just sent me an email a couple days ago.
Yep.
Explaining to me the next delivery is in July 16 something. And which is, I bought another house. I don't
Hey,
know,
congratulations.
I said, thank you. I think we're gonna move because no make it work me house part. And soon I fix that, I'm gonna put it in market sale, right? But I'm gonna convert how was it before. Grass and right, the thing, the reason I don't do it right now, my wife is got asthma, I don't wanna make it. Thus, if you don't have the garage in with me, and any demo, you don't have
I
the.
got you.
any-
How much time you need?
They say the door come, the next delivery come July 16. Which is I have to work in his schedule. For a store, because soon if soon come, we are at the house, we are at this house. Around July 20 or 25. Because we got the closing already, the people gonna move July 15, the other house. So around 2025, I'm gonna move out, soon I go move out. I cut it and do all of them.
Okay.
How much that will take?
Say again,
How long will that take?
probably, I wanna say a week, maybe, all of them.
If we put all that back to where it was?
Well, it's just gotta,
Yeah,
it's gotta be a garage, it's
Yeah,
gotta
I
be,
just got it.
I mean, you can have sheet rock in there, so don't get to take down the walls or anything like that. Just have to take out the flooring and
What's the worst case? And this is gonna be done? How long does it take? If everything goes wrong?
if everything went wrong. If everything went, don't tell him that, I think,
I want to give you enough time. I don't wanna
Right.
Drag you back here.
Right, no, I
Behind
definitely,
the hill.
no, I definitely by the end, the July, beginning of August, I want it done, because I definitely want to put in the market right away.
Okay,
I
well,
have nothing in pocket and I have, so.
no,
all right, so we got a date at the end of August. huh?
we do, we have the 30th of August.
How about we can you come back August 30th?
Okay.
explain why it's not done, because if it is done, you contact Mr. Hideki,
And you don't.
and you won't have to come back.
Okay, good, that makes sense.
We'll never see each other.
That makes sense, yes.
Well, no, we got 41 Vanzant,
Oh, we
so
got
you
41
can't get rid of them that quick. This is what happens when you have a lot of frequent flyers.
That won't happen in the other house. Because I got a lot of things in my mind to put, but
He's not getting rid of them that easy.
why you drop a lot of mail, so, you know, you can, and a regular mail.
Yeah.
And then you. or
We
somebody
have
drop it
state law, we have to send it by this here,
Uh-huh.
and then we have our constable deliver it, because if we only had this, we couldn't make a ruling today.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's the old saying, belts and suspenders.
Ah,
Okay, so now let me see, let's see what I wrote last time.
Oh, I'm sorry, I took that was very quick.
So. So we still have the violation.
Still there. Yep.
Square one, not started yet. Started yet. For valid reasons, I'm just gonna write it over on the record what you said. So I'm satisfied with that. We're going to. We have one fine, is how much is the fine so far?
1,000 assessed,
So. The contingent was
2,000.
the contingent fine goes away because he's doing what he can do.
We have a plan. All right.
So contingent fine.
The $2,000 gone.
Oops, just like that.
and I
Gone.
launched for a couple months.
Ah, that's good. Yeah.
I think it
You
was-
know, I was, look at
Yeah,
that.
we got-
Keep in mind, we're on the record. now.
I mean,
We're on the record now.
Continue. Total. What's the total fine at this point?
It could be. A biggie. It's has a big number. State of Connecticut says we can maximum fine of $47,550. It's a lot of poi.
That
As of today.
have to make it, yes, it is.
So that's good to know that we want to be.
Yeah.
Buy a house for that.
Yeah.
Well, not here, but
Nah,
somewhere,
yeah,
somewhere you
somewhere.
could, not here.
Violation. Continues. Square one, not. Setting it there, so. Okay, so we're gonna continue this to.
August 30th.
Continue to. 8/30/22. And you have oral notice unless we change the date. We're expecting to see you then.
Unless
You've completed all your.
Right.
have you finished everything out, then we'll have to do that.
This should be.
There, I just need this, thank you. The envelope is, oh no. Did we lose the envelope
Right,
again?
again.
We lost the envelope again.
There it is.
Oh, there we, woo-hoo.
Yeah.
All right, all right, so we are done. So that is 16 Devon,
So I have to bring you for Devon, that
Bring-
one again?
not for Devon, for Van
For
Zant.
Vanzant.
Van Zant, come by next week. I'm
But I
here.
don't have to bring you the.
Nope, I have this here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just come on in and fill out the form. You're good to go.
Very good. Thank you so much.
All right, you got it.
All right.
Thanks for coming down. Always a good time.
You stopped the.
All right, we are back on the record. We are on to 74 Beacon Street. That is item number 8 for those of us keeping score at home. And I will, while the hearing officer swears in the property owner, I will get the share screen going.
So you state your name for the record,
Jose Leon?
and I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so this is actually gonna be a very, hopefully a very quick one here. I know I said it all the time, but I'm pretty long-winded. So we got a complaint on April 7th. Again, coming into our director, I guess people don't like me. Coming into our director, Their initial complaint was for a lot of people living in the house. And then cars everywhere, saying that there's a boat, there's a, a lot of things going on. But the pictures which were provided show one of those things, a lot of cars. So, and parking in the front setback is what that created. That was submitted with the complaint.
So. I don't have any validation of any accuracy of this.
Well, other than that, it was sent with the complaint. Well, I did go out and verify that.
Did you take a picture?
I did not, because I go by there every day. I can put
I'm
that.
saying, I don't know that this is anything, there's no verification of this particular picture. Could have been taken in another city instead. I don't have anybody to say this is accurate.
Well, it could have been, but I will also, may I suggest that the complaint.
I'm not
did-
saying I'm not gonna.
Well, no,
listen to it,
I'm
but
gonna do
I
a
can't
little,
put this in as evidence if it's not verified in some way. The
Right.
people aren't here to testify.
right, they're not, this individual is not here, the complaint was filed, I mean, there's the name, but they are not here
The
to.
person who took the picture, I can't verify that that's.
I understand, I will put into my testimony as the inspector. That because I do frequently, that's the direction I go home every day. So immediately when we got the complaint, I did go out and verify that this was given their description that they put in the complaint near the road closed sign for by
Okay.
Shalene Drive. Did
You
that,
should have taken a picture.
well,
All right, go ahead.
because I have to submit my phone for record and I'm not doing that. Man, I need a city camera.
Take three.
I could, you're right, I just,
All right, just go ahead. I just want you to understand the rules of evidence.
I got it, and then one day I'm sure that will definitely put me in a bind. But based on my confirmation, I thought there was enough evidence there based on the complaint and my observations to send a notice of violation on April 22nd with a signed green card. For that,
Is that you? Did you sign that?
It's, she's my wife.
Okay. Good sign.
and that's the green card. And as another matter of housekeeping, this one, I remembered you wanted me to do the housekeeping first, so.
No, you're right. You can do it anything.
No,
As long as we do it.
I don't know, I'm here now, so there's a citation that we sent eventually,
Right.
and there's the constables.
We don't really need that.
Right, so we have everything,
Get our money back.
we got our money back, so, well, not from Peter, he's sort of bear trap. And so this is just, so now, the reason why I said it's gonna be quick, and I'm, not too concerned about the way I developed this evidence. I went by this morning, because the property owner came in, shortly after getting the notice and the citation, and said that he would work on resolving the violation. Pictures from this morning. And that is what I call resolved.
Good job.
Thank
That
you.
is good. The plants are in. The only thing that has to take is a little bit of grass.
I'm gonna clean it up.
They're gonna clean up a little bit. We should, that's his home, that's the property, should do
Okay,
that.
this is very nice.
So, the reason we are here is because B, I did send the citation because initially, when we got the notice, the timer ran out. So the citation came to me, it came on my screen automatically. And,
So where was this? Oh, this was like along here.
yeah, that's going around, a little around the bend. There's another house on the other side of the wall there.
Okay, so your neighbors should be happy with you. The city's happy with you. There's nothing to complain about.
The only reason we're here is because legally by the sending of the citation. There is the $150 fine that is attached to the citation, and then your optional $150 a day. The max fine is $900. The zoning department is not looking to collect any fines on this. If you agree,
So
fantastic.
150 initial, that I can waive that.
You can waive anything on there.
Well,
The only reason sometimes we collect it is to make up costs, but I think there's,
there is no.
There's no
He shouldn't have
cost.
had that system, but
That's-
we didn't need it, so
no,
that's not his problem.
then
All
that,
right, you couldn't have acted quicker or better, or more appropriately, so we're not finding anything. We can't, however, give you any kind of financial compensation for doing a great job.
Did a good job, man. Didn't
Yeah.
That's how you get it. Okay. Violation. Probable, I'm putting down.
probable violation.
Cured. No fines. We'll close file, dismissed, what do we do?
Dismiss, yeah, you can dismiss it. If there's no fine, you can dismiss it.
Dismiss, dismissed. Thank you very much, you're all set.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect. We'll
Have to
stop.
come back.
Yeah, you're good to go there.
All
So that's,
Just one question.
sure, let's get off the record real quick. Let's get off that.
Well, you know, that's why I said
Okay.
you had to read, sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make a lot.
You can do that, that's okay. We are back on the record here, and I believe we have some interested participants on the side here. This is for 291 Chestnut Hill. So what I'm gonna do, I am gonna allow everybody that's here have the ability to unmute themselves and mute themselves as they see fit. And just as a quick reminder, what we are going to do here is if anybody does wish to comment on this file, on this matter, I will go first. And then the property owner will have their opportunity, and then any interested party. So I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me and everybody is connected. So I'm going to start on top with Charles. Let's see. Charles.
Yes,
can
I
you hear me?
I can.
Perfect. I'm just gonna write them down the line here. Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Chris again. Chris,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes,
All right, and then we got Danielle. Danielle, you there?
Yes, I can hear. Thank you.
Fantastic. And last but not least, I think Dolly. Dolly, you there? Maybe. But that's okay. All right, if she can't, she will, I'm sure she'll let me know if she can't hear me some way, shape, or form. So we will start with our ever so popular share screen. If the hearing officer would want to do his swearing in while I'm accomplishing that.
So state your name for the record. State your name for the record.
My name is Dryden Hody.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So the show, nothing about the show, just the show,
Thank you.
you know.
Okay, so let's get rid of Beacon Street, 291. Okay, so here we go. The last time we were here was on May 18th, 2022. And at that time, the decision of the hearing officer was to continue the hearing till June 22nd. That was postponed, and issued a $1,000 contingent fine. Must have application for zoning by that hearing. But again, that hearing was postponed, and I'll give the hearing officer a second to he's a popular guy, ladies and gentlemen, in case you never saw that. Perfect. So we'll do some very quick housekeeping here. We have the notice for today's hearing, which is the 6/28/22. And that was delivered to the property owner by our constable, Mr. Bondi. And we also have, shockingly, for the first time today, seemingly, a signed green card.
So Simon.
No,
I mean, sometimes those signatures are,
no, I thought my son.
we can't tell who they are sometimes.
Okay.
We do have a
Says,
constable.
That's your son, isn't it? That's, whose name is that?
The heck of I can tell.
Doesn't see clear.
We have
Right, well. you
well,
gotta-
we do have Constable Bondi,
Yeah.
Constable Bondi, he's the
Yeah. gotta answer this.
Oh, you do?
No, just gotta say no.
Okay, that's fine. And this, because whatever is spoken has on the record. Yeah, but This, Constable
Okay.
Bondi's, yeah, okay, yeah, well, we got Constable Bondi's,
Okay, so we have
Delivery.
notice.
yeah, and he's here, so Constable Bondi did his thing. So. Let me see, I'll take these over here and get them out of the way. So what I have here, I just put some photos from this morning. And. Yes, guys,
I'm trying to remember this case.
yes,
Give me some.
Uh,
Some pictures of.
from last time, I can
So
do,
all it says here is
I
that
can do that.
you got a violation.
yeah, I can do that, let me give you a quick.
Whoever wrote this up.
Oh, that, it happens from time to time. So we have here, this is the front of the house here. This was taken way back in March. And we have here. So this was the back of the property. This was taken by our fire marshal. At building materials, there's that truck was in the back on that day. This was all presented at the last hearing.
I just don't remember. Now it's
Now, and
coming back to.
coming back to, there we go. That's a good thing. That's what we look for. So. Let me get it back to. Here. Okay, so here's my photos from today. Got a whole bunch of them, so. These are from today, and if we go to the big board here. So this area here, you can kind of see it on the top. I thought I got a little bit better of a picture. But if you look in the top right-hand corner, this is a corner of Bumblebee and Chestnut Hill. And this is coming down Bumblebee, and we have a new entry here, which I found interesting. And that leads to the rear of the property at 291 Chestnut.
So that goes through here.
Right, and then it goes, it's not that far, maybe about 30 feet, maybe, and maybe 40. It's just a rough estimate. I didn't break out the tape measure. And basically what this photo has is there's the commercial vehicle you saw in the other photos, that's there. We have some lumber. And we have, that's a close-up of the lumber. It looks like it's been there for a little while. It's got a little wetness on there. It looks like it's been there for a bit. It wasn't delivered yesterday, that's for sure. And this is a wide shot of the access there. The problem with that is we have no city approvals for that. That's a bit of an issue, so we have to address that. If we continue on.
Well, sorry, may I interrupt for a second?
Not yet.
Sorry.
We do, it'd be me, the property owner, and then any interested party. Then we have scaffolding equipment here. This is, if you're looking inside, it's just to the right. And then this is the rear of the property. This is some equipment, ladders, basically the same items that the fire marshal observed on his inspection, just relocated. Again, the scaffolding, which is, we consider commercial equipment. Close above said scaffolding. And photo number 8. Got a little camera happy here, but I got a little dumpster back there. That could be there legally, could not be there. There has to be some conditions. We don't have an approval for it, but that's the least the items, I think. And last but not least, couple pictures, just a wide shot of the backyard. And actually, we also have some of the front yard. My apologies, everybody. This is the view from the front. And we have a couple of commercial vehicles here. They're under 1 ton, but in this zone, you can only have 1 commercial vehicle under 1 ton. And so from the last time, let me see, is that all from there? Yes.
Yeah, we got any objection to any of these photos? You object to any of these or the?
Yes, that's actually the vehicle is combination, is not commercial. One is for passenger, another one.
Oh, no,
Is the photos
And-
themselves accurate?
Yeah,
That's-
I moved the stuff over here.
But
They will move
when they
this
were
side,
taken, this is
yeah.
what it looked like.
Yeah.
So basically, that's your property, that's your, like basically, I didn't make them up.
Oh, so I-
Okay, there. All right, so that was the photographic part of the presentation. But I do have a second part here, so let me see, come on. I hate when it does this. Well, that's cheerful.
That's somebody at my back door.
So that's part one. We also have part two here. Now,
Seems I lost the paper.
oh, that's all right. I got. So now I do have some letters here that were from the, that were submitted regarding this property. I can read them into the record, if you wish. I can verbalize those if you wish, or I can just do the simple statement that the hearing officer is currently reading these and will accept them as part of the record.
Well, we'll just ignore them for the moment because they're here, so let's just.
Yeah, well, we can get back, and I think, and actually, I do believe the authors of these are here, are in
Right.
there, so we can get to that. And there's one there, and I just have to, for record, here's the second one. So now for the last time we were here, and it actually was shown on one of the photos there, the statement was made that the equipment was there to repair a portion of the house that had a rear rooftop deck and a rear extension that was falling down, that was in disrepair. Normally, there's a couple of ways and I'll put this on the record. There's a couple of ways we look at this. One is, yes, if you do have a issue that needs to be repaired and you have a open and valid building permit and zoning approval, you can keep some material on the property. But it has to be related to the work going on. Otherwise, we constitute it as contractor storage. But the other issue here is that we do not have an approval for any work at the moment. So without a building permit or without a zoning approval, we have no choice but to label this a contractor storage. And lastly, again, having that access built at the rear there, several things wrong with that. One is the Public Works has not had a chance to look at it, obviously. B, there's no certainty that that is actually on the property. It could be. We usually get surveys for these things, and Public Works also verifies this. So that's also a problem because there could be a trespass going on here, which again is not a reminder from previous items. Trespass isn't necessarily a zoning issue, but we could not approve anything showing the trespass. If I may reference 41 Vanzant Street earlier, they had the parking spaces on the adjacent property. We can't approve that map showing that trespass. So there's a few things that need to be done here. One, we need to get a permit for the work that is claimed to be done, that's going to be done. And then B, once we get that permit, the only items that can be remaining are items that are going to be used for the construction of the repair, of the addition, repair, or whatever that may be. There's a lot of scaffolding there. There's a lot of older wood there. It's been kind of in the element a little bit there. I don't know how useful it'll be for construction. And then again, B or C at this point is we gotta get something for that access. Yeah, that's something that's, if that was anywhere else, even in the city, we'd have to jump on that pretty quick. So the zoning department is looking for is a requirement that we have to get permits, a requirement that all non-essential materials that would not be for the permit that is issued be removed. Any implements otherwise of potential contractor storage or operation would have to be removed. And that a survey be submitted to verify the work that's being done, but judging by where the location of the work that's being done, it looks like it's going to meet setbacks. But more importantly, for the access at the back. And And that's it, and then it'd be the hearing officer discriminate, oh god, that's terrible.
Discretion.
Discretion, I can't, that's a terrible word to use. It will be up to the hearing officer if wanted to implement any contingent or assess fines. The zoning office will support the decision either way.
If you don't.
I don't think he cared. I mean, we'd be upset a little bit if it didn't go our way.
Mr. Hota, you took your turn.
Actually, like how you see like before, I call like, I'm starting like to continue. I call like the company to come to pick it up.
Mhm.
It takes time. But the survey now it's like, and then 1 week is gonna be done.
Let's see, where's the schedule there? 7 to 10 days of the date of this map, so that of this time, which would be 10 days from the 27th, so somewhere around this July 7th, somewhere around.
Actually, we continue
What's
with
gonna
it.
happen on July 7th?
Survey should be
Survey, I work with architect and plan everything, but the survey, it takes a long. It's behind schedule.
Oh, they all are.
Yeah.
That I understand.
I put like the scaffold and everything with the wood over there. That's why I make a road over there, like clean it. So we're gonna come the truck and I leave the box truck. I have a storage like shop, like in the Bridgeport. I'm gonna send it over there. When I get the permit,
Yep.
I'm gonna bring it back.
I would suggest getting as much of that, at least for the time being,
Yeah.
out
Better
of there
like
as
all-
possible.
And I bring the machines, it's a lot of rocks, a lot of tree over there, I clean it, and I'm gonna clean again. Probably like in 3-4 days, I'm gonna put like there's some trucks like to come, like to put. Like grass and stuff to make it flat, to take that wood and stuff, and to make it even the property.
I mean, I would, at this point, this is my, I hate to interject. Well, I mean, I hate to interject on this, I would not utilize anything in the back there where that access is until that survey is done,
Yeah.
because we
I'm
don't
gonna use
know.
them front. I'm gonna
Use the
use
front,
them
because
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
don't,
use
right
them
now,
front.
because then when the surveyor's there, he's gonna put the markers down. And that's what's gonna tell whether, make sure it's on your property or not. That's,
Yeah,
you don't wanna
yeah.
keep using something that's not your property.
It's not his property, and the survey filed with the town shows it.
Oh, we'll get to you. Hang on a second.
Maybe the Chris is right, and very, very sorry to Chris, we don't know, we checked the old map.
Right.
Like the map, when he told me, like when I bought the house.
Mhm.
From the real estate, he showed me the map, and I said, oh. And the guys who said like he's gonna come with the big trucks, the box truck, he's gonna take like just the blue scaffold.
Yep.
Not the wood, so it's wood very heavy. He said like, I'm gonna come with the truck, but it's very heavy, if I can do this way. I said, oh, maybe it's, I see like the old stone. And this little bit driveway, I said, let me bring the truck over here. But the Chris, he doing the survey before me, and maybe he's right, he said, it's my property, and I said, I'm sorry, Chris,
Mhm.
we waited on a survey that. I can plan it and I can fix it for you if I'm doing something mistake, we're not doing like to get your property or something like
Right.
behind you.
Mhm.
And I'm very sorry, he fixed, I want to fix my house too,
And you can, absolutely.
but it's
Gotta
like
get free escape
it
permit.
takes, it takes like long, that's why I'm gonna get the permit, the architect is doing like for the office over there. Everything like the drawings already in the blueprint bigger,
Okay,
and same thing like for the garage, and I wanted to make it nice over there, I'm gonna continue. As soon as I get like this, 7 to 10 days, he sent me like letters, he's gonna be done with the survey. I'm gonna get the permit, I'm gonna start cleaning. So sure, I wanted like, my kids is bothering me, like fix the pool.
no, well, yeah, that makes
sense.
sense, makes sense, yep. Yep, okay, so then everything makes logical sense to me. The hearing officer, he's reading his note there.
I'm listening.
Okay, that's fine. And would you want me to open up comment? From the
You said everything you need for the moment. You'll get another chance if you need
Yeah.
another chance.
It's I wanted like a couple days if I can remove the stuff from there.
And let's see what comments we have.
we'll go to the public first, and then we'll
Okay.
we'll work on that a little bit.
Okay.
Let me shrink this up here. I'm gonna stop the share screen real quick. Okay, so I am gonna, if I may, I'm gonna start from the top. That seems logical. I have Charles there, so Charles, if you want to unmute yourself there. And feel free, you're on the record, just be aware and go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to say, I'm the property owner that is to the rear of his property line and boundary.
What's
And,
that address may help, just to have it on the record.
I'm sorry?
Well, the address,
Oh, 8 Bumblebee Lane.
perfect.
And, there was an issue with the main structure. It was a blight prior to them acquiring the property. And, when they first moved in, they actually trespassed on my property when I had property stakes that were there, actually in the ground, and started cutting down some of my trees, left one of the trees half cut that was about 30 feet tall, left a ladder right behind my shed, which was about 30 feet set back from the property. Didn't understand any of that. And then over time, that tree, by the way, that was half cut, then fell into my property. They had no cleanup at that point. All the tree debris was left in the yard. So I had to kind of cut it up myself. Then afterwards, we just basically saw more and more of the commercial storage be piled up over time since then. And it just continued to get worse and worse with, it started with oil drum barrels. There were 55-gallon like spray foam barrels that were tucked away where the driveway has been cut right now. They were storing, I don't know, maybe like 20 barrels there at some point. And then now they moved it. Trucks have always been there since the day that they moved in. So from our perspective, what we've seen is the property just degrade over time, not improve. And it really being operated as a commercial yard more so than a residence.
Do you want to question him? You don't have to.
You don't have to, yeah, it's just basically information that we're taking in. If you want to, rebut, you can, you have the option to if you want.
Oh, like, when I said like the old neighbors, I did the old property. Like the old buildings over there, and I have a small kids. When I said like the deck is on top before it's going, like everything is going down, I have to clean it. And
Right.
maybe like I just apologize to everyone over there. So I want to make it beautiful, but sin is like, again, sin is I waiting like to do like the survey first. I'm gonna put the streets. I have a pool. I want to make it privacy in my property.
Right. Well, we'll keep going and we'll just, so everybody can get on the record there, but we'll keep going. And I said, it's gonna be noted.
First, privacy.
Yeah, let me say, Charles, you all set there?
Yes, I just wanted to kind of establish the overall history of what we've been experiencing.
Sounds good. I think we got the note here. We're good. So I think, yeah, if you want, you can still hang out. I'm gonna move on down the line because we got 4 others that are looking to comment. So I will take you on the mute there. But thanks. If you need anything else from the meeting here today, Charles, feel free to, and this goes for everybody else. Feel free to email me tomorrow or later this week.
Okay, thank you.
Got it. Okay. All right. And so Chris is next.
Yeah, thank you, and apologies for speaking out of turn before, but I would encourage the town to look at the survey on file, which clearly shows the boundaries of my property line versus Tony's at 291. I am the property owner at 2 Bumblebee Lane. You will note from the survey that you have on file that 291 has no access to Bumblebee, and that driveway is a clear trespass of my property. That property was cleared without my permission. I am pursuing it as a civil matter separately, which I know is not the issue of the town, but nevertheless, it's just another pattern of ignoring basic rules and regulations and laws and just doing what the owner sees fit to do, without consulting with the town or without consulting with his neighbors.
All right. Got anything there? Counselor?
Anything you want to say to that?
No, like that day, like when I said like I explained to Chris, I make it like, well, I'm not taking his property. I put like all like scaffolding like just to remove from that. We're not gonna make it like driveway or something, like just the heavy stuff and to remove from there. And again, so I text him and I said I'm gonna plan in Yeah, well.
You damaged my property. You've damaged my property.
Okay, no problem, you know, it's just I said like, you said like before, make it how is before, and I text you, I said I can make it. How it looks, maybe better, like how you like. You said don't go on my property, I'm not gonna go Chris on your property. I'm sorry.
And. Oh,
Let me
he's
just-
off already. He's off already. Yeah, fair enough. Thanks, Chris.
Same.
Thank you.
You got it. We have another Chris there. No last name, but it's a green C. So there we go. Hi, Chris.
Hi, gentlemen. How's it going?
Well, thank you.
I'd just like to reiterate what everyone else said. I guess this all started in July of last year when things just started appearing on the property. Again, I moved to the neighborhood because it's AAA residential zone, so I didn't expect any of this. And I believe they were given notice back in January, and not only has things not been removed, more things have been added. So that's the whole problem is, it's not that he's putting stuff there to build something. He's storing stuff there and refuses to move things, even though the city sent him letters to say this is illegal. So to say that he's just storing it just to put an addition on or fix an addition is false. The other thing is we have video, and I think we've sent video of them loading box trucks up in the morning and unloading them at night. So this is obviously they're taking stuff, going to a job site, bringing stuff back. So the problem is we don't know when it's going to end. Like as homeowners, we see all this stuff building and building, box trucks upon box trucks. And it's just, we want to live in a neighborhood where it's a residential neighborhood, not an industrial neighborhood. So at that point, that's why we're leaving it up to the city to impose the fines, not delay any more fines, because he's had enough time. I mean, if he got the notice in January, it's what, 6 months now that he's had to move the stuff, and he's not moved stuff, he's added to the problem. There, again, Charles said there were 20 cans, there were more like 40 to 50 of the 55 to 60 gallon drums, which have moved, but I don't know if they moved off the property because now there's tarps covering different material. That could be those cans, but we're not sure. And again, they're hazardous, so they're not being stored properly. And again, I believe other city departments should be involved. So at the end of the day, if everything gets removed, we're all happy. But at this point, and what we've seen over the last 6 to 10 months, nothing is being removed, more things are added. So we're relying on the city to move forward and do what needs to be done to have the property cleaned up. And that's about it. Appreciate your time.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
You gotta go on. When is the last time you saw an increase in material being added to the property?
Last week,
Last week?
more scaffolding.
Okay, thank you.
Would you mind if I just added as well? It's Danielle, when everyone's done.
Okay, Danielle, I think you were the next one anyway. So
Oh, you were coming to me. Okay, I thought you were going to just take Charlie. Thank you.
got lucky there. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm at 8 Bumblebee as well. And I just wanted to say, as a homeowner, this has been frustrating for me. I mean, I take care of my house. I want it to look nice. And I have to say, when I go to my front door and when people come over to my home, they look over to the yard. So where he has all this construction material stored, it basically looks like it belongs to me. And they say, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I say, "Oh, no, that's not mine." So as a homeowner and my property value and the things that I'm concerned about, this little construction site over there it's extremely frustrating to see every day. And I will say it's not gotten better. The city's been involved. I agree with what Chris is saying. I've only seen it get worse. And I will say, I feel like they know that it's not right, because if you notice, their front lawn is always neat and tidy. I see them decorating for holidays and caring what their front yard looks like. I see them blocking off the back. So you can't see all of the disaster in the back that I see every day when I come to my front door.
Anything else?
No.
All right, well, Danielle, I think looks like we got some notes there. I appreciate it. We'll have anything you want to add later on to the file or anything, feel free to shoot me an email.
Does everybody
Thank you.
understand?
Thank you.
That's right.
I think we got one, I don't know if Dolly wants to, let me see if I can.
I think
Dolly,
she's
if you
having-
want to chime in, this is your opportunity.
That's my wife. I think she's
Oh.
having technical difficulty.
Huh. That's okay, if she wants to jump on there. we
Actually,
got-
I think I have fixed my technical difficulties, so I will chime in and echo what all
Sure.
the neighbors' sentiments are here. And just want to include that Tony's comment that it's going to be done in a couple of days and that he wants to have a nice home and a nice property. As a neighbor, as a kind neighbor, I will say, as soon as they moved in, within the first week they were there, I came over, and this is going back to the fall of 2019, I believe. I went over with my usual banana bread and bouquet of flowers and was told at that time all of the grand plans that he had, and they were going to be starting up immediately. We have had that conversation repeatedly with Tony because, as you may know from permits that we filed as abiding citizens of the town of Norwalk, we did a huge amount of work and renovation to our backyard last year. So to again echo Danielle's sentiments that here we are, and our property as well. People think the same thing. Or are you doing work over there? Despite the fact that we have a fence, we currently have an overflowing dumpster, which is spilling onto our property from Tony's property. And I don't believe Chris brought that up. We have his debris that comes over through the when we've got wind. We also have smoke that has come over when he's decided to burn materials in the backyard, which we have reported to the fire department twice now. I'm not sure that anything has been reported to you all. But yeah, this is beyond frustrating, especially to hear Tony speaking up today, the same way he has been speaking up for the last 2 years about work that he is claiming to get done. Things are not getting better. They are only getting worse by the day, and our property value is going down. And we really would like to see the town take hasty action.
Anything, Counselor?
No.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know, looks like that's everybody there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's everybody there.
So I have a couple questions for you.
For me, oh boy, okay, oh yeah.
Because first of all, since last time, what has happened?
Well, we have not gotten a approval. We haven't gotten an application.
So
And
I don't know what hasn't happened. Has anything happened? Has any progress been made?
by our standards, I would think it's gotten a little worse because of the access that was made and and the fact that there seems to be a little bit more storage going on in the back. And so it definitely has gotten, I mean, I think we've documented that it has gotten worse by our standards.
There's evidence that this is actually being used beyond what he's trying to accomplish here, like trucks coming in and out. Is he running contractors yard? What is?
We have more than enough here, at least by our definition, that we could constitute as contractor's business. Now, we do take into account the last time the testimony of the property owner saying that, this was going to be utilized for home repair purposes, but I will also agree, and I will say that, this does go above that. We do have hundreds of permits ongoing in town at any given time, and others do store equipment and stuff on the property while they do have the permits, not necessarily to this level.
Doesn't have permits.
But that's the overriding problem. Even to make that claim, we would need to have permits. Now, I see that we have a survey contract there, a valid survey contract, but that's that's step 1 of 12. We need to get the survey, but now we also need the plans from the architect. We need and then at the same time, even once, and this is why I want to make sure that the neighbors know as well, is that once we do get that permit, once we get that approval, we give you a signature and you're out the gate, we still would not allow, and I know you did state that the box truck will be moving stuff out. This kind of equipment, we wouldn't allow to be there anyway. So even with the approval, you can't, what's there now, I would say 90% of it can't be there even with a permit. Maybe if you want to argue the lumber, Okay, I'm not gonna argue on a ladder or two, I'm not gonna argue that, but, you know, the scaffolding, the barrels, the tarps, that stuff. It's not, wouldn't be part and parcel of an addition or a renovation to a house.
Can I talk?
Sure, no, yeah, that's why I'm answering his question.
When, before it comes to my house, like the inspector from zoning or something, I ask them. I'm not bringing storage over here. And look at the pictures before and after. From that time, I'm not bringing 1 2x4, small thing to my house, just like what I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning, I take like
Yeah.
$3-4 a U-Haul, 26 foot, like some old plywood or some stuff.
Mhm.
This, when I said like the scaffolding, the box trucks, I asked them, can I keep it, so we're gonna do renovation over here, not like, and it's not storage, it's not commercial, I have it at the shop in Bridgeport, when I, general sheet metal, you can go, or you can ask, that
Yeah.
I can bring like the papers when I have like the shop over there, okay.
Yeah.
The survey, it takes me like, I communicate survey like 3-4 months.
Yeah, and then,
3-4 months before.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna build like new walls in the front. I'm gonna know like the walls where it's down over there. New fence, I wanna plant like tree and stuff. It takes me forever. The architects, he doing like drawings and stuff, it's ready.
Mhm.
But before, we need the survey.
right,
He said we need a survey for elevation, how you call elevation?
Yeah, elevation for
stuff,
height and stuff like
for
that,
height
yep.
and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
that's why this guy is he communicate, and he send me like 7 to 10 days, it's gonna be survey done.
okay, no, that, like I said, that.
And after that, I'm gonna,
Mhm.
but anyway, if it's bother like my neighbors, like my son.
Oh, hey, if you wanna come in, you come in, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, come in.
If you bother like the scaffolding over there. I can take the scaffold, sand the base part, but it's just like for 10 days, 20 days, like there's gonna be survey over there, I'm gonna jump right away with the permits.
Right, and
If
That's
the
good.
neighbor's complaining, I can take the scaffolding.
If the neighbors complain, they're
they're
complaining.
complaining right now.
It's complaining, it's complaining.
Just do it, just.
Okay,
I
I'm
would say
gonna
that,
take.
that was, you took the words right out of my mouth.
That's why I put like the scaffolding over there, to remove from there. To remove from there. After when I get the permits, I'm gonna bring it back.
When you have the permits, do what you have to do.
Yes. Sure, no
I
problem.
think that's a good thing to do, I just, the words right out of my mouth, is that's, that's.
Oh, excuse me. I just want to clarify that. So he's basically saying he's gonna remove it for 2 weeks, get a permit, and then bring it all back. Is that allowable?
Remove it, and then if he brings something back that's going to be that he's.
There are about 150 pieces to 300 pieces of scaffolding. That's not a renovation.
Obviously, if I go do an inspection on the property and there's 300 pieces of scaffolding, I am gonna deem that not necessary for a addition to a house. I'm doing this for 16 years. I know what's necessary and what's not. But if it comes back, a couple of pieces of scaffolding, a couple pieces of lumber, a couple of ladders, that's something that we have done here. I'm putting it on the record. That is part and parcel of just about any permit that we do. We do allow for some keeping of materials and equipment.
Yeah, reasonable, but we all know it's reasonable for an addition, renovation.
That's why I'll be completely honest, it will be my judgment. But I can assure you, if you use that example, 150, 200, 300 pieces of scaffolding, if I see that, that will not be allowed. Something of that degree will not be allowed.
Okay, because again, we hear all this, we're gonna remove stuff, but he's had a year and he
Yep.
hasn't. He's just at it. So it's one thing to take someone's word, but actions are what we like to see, not words.
I understand. I understand. I just want to also make sure that we are clear with that.
Who is this neighbor? I don't know, like, for which address you talking about?
Chris, would you mind telling your address?
Yeah, I'm at Bumblebee. I'm on Bumblebee Lane. So I can have a direct view into your house, into your yard, and the dumpster that's been there for 6 weeks full. The tarp that's blowing off in the wind. I have view of everything.
I know that, and that's why I understand. I think I said, we're going to The key thing is here, we're gonna get a time frame going for this. We're gonna get a time frame to. That's what we're here to do, and we will follow up on this, and it's not gonna go anywhere. We're
Yeah, I
gonna-
mean,
May I
at the end of the day, you know, if the property gets cleaned up, we're great. I'm happy to have you as neighbors, but it's just what you've done to the property is just not acceptable for anybody. So, you know, that's the only thing we want is just the property to be cleaned up.
I think it was Danielle was there too.
Yeah, I was
Well-
just gonna ask for some clarification. So what we're talking about now, is separate from the blight that's currently out there as well?
Correct, yes. Apparently we don't go this route during our hearings, but I'll do it here real quick. There is also a blight enforcement action out. That's with Steve Bruschi in the building department. That is separate. So for us here, I tell folks, we don't regulate disheveled or anything. We don't regulate that kind of stuff. How aesthetics, we don't regulate. So
Understood.
that's up to the building department, up to the blight office. So I would suggest anybody following up with them, his name's Steve Bruschi in the blight office. See where they are in the process, because I don't want to guess and be wrong.
Any other comments?
Anybody else?
Well, I just wanted to add, as we're discussing the timeframe in which the scaffolding will be moved and any other building supplies that are back there, can we also just make sure that that dumpster is addressed? Because again, it's overflowing and it is literally right on the other side of our fence, causing, as I said in my initial comments, debris to come into our yard. And it's been full for months now.
Well, what I would say is I'll give both angles on this. Legally, the zoning office and as people folks are shocked to hear this when it comes to waste receptacles and dumpsters. Actually, we are not, it's not under our jurisdiction. That would be blight and possibly the health department if there's something like rodents or insects. But I can definitely mention maybe the owner would like to look into perhaps getting that emptied out as soon as possible.
Okay, so what was the history of the fines?
Let me get, oh, it should be on the last, right there. There it is.
But we had a fine,
We had a contingent fine of $1,000.
is it back here? It said something about it. History.
It was a contingent fine and we just carried it over.
Okay. All right, so. Here's where we're going. Where's my,
Here's your form. Here's your queen.
all right, so. Violation. Continues. In fact. It has gotten worse. We're showing a fine today of $1,000. That's not contingent. So you know, the fine could be significantly more than that, but I'm not trying to take your money that you need to clean this up. So I'm going to continue this. I would suggest since you don't have permits, get everything out of there that you don't have a right to have there.
Yes.
And as Mr. Hideki has suggesting, stop annoying your neighbors. Just get it out of there. And bring back when you have a permit, you can bring back whatever is legitimate. And nobody will have a problem with that because everybody understands you have to have some equipment when you're building things. We're going to continue this. How much time do we need for the permits?
If our next hearing is July 13th. I just know the surveyors, there's no way they're gonna do it in that quick a time. And even the architects or anything like that would get it within 3 weeks. We do have the August hearing that we have scheduled. That is the 30th. There, and in the meantime, what I can do is I can obviously go up there on the blight office as well, go up with them and monitor to make sure things are being removed.
Just one question, can I remove the stuff, like scaffolding and shop and send pictures, like email?
Email and then I'll go up there and take
Just-
photos as
yeah.
well. Just let me know.
Just grab
Yeah,
one.
just
Let me
email.
know. Yep, that I'm here to do inspections. That's my title. That's
I'm
what I
gonna
do.
continue this to August 30th. I'm gonna put a contingent fine of $5,000. I put progress here. If you come back and the same stuff is going on, it's gonna cost you $5,000. So spend your money cleaning
Yeah,
this up.
sure, sure.
And your neighbors will tell me what they see as well by that time. All right, so August 30th is the next hearing. I'm giving you oral notice now. We don't have to send you notice. This is it.
And put in your calendar 30th, August 30th, we'll be back here.
And, that's what I'm hoping for, that this sends a message that we're not gonna mess around and just get it done.
So when you get the survey and the plans, come see me immediately.
And understand,
Maybe-
the fine
maybe-
could still, the fine is run at $150 a day, so. It could be another $6,000 you could be facing.
As of right now, the state of Connecticut would give us the right, we can take out of your pocket right now, $13,500. If we wanted to,
No,
if the hearing officer is.
That's the one thing, it's some like stone in the middle and some stuff like this. I've been like with a small excavator, like to take
You
it out.
talk to Mr. Hayducky and he
Can
will
I
guide
remove
you.
like that? kind
How
of
about,
thing?
let's shoot me an email
Yeah.
and
okay.
I can even meet you at the property sometime, maybe next week.
Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Sounds good.
So, all goes well, all it costs you is $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and the rest of the money is used for what you need to do. For progress in your property, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's it. We got your decision there, so
You got
we're
it.
good to go. So we're going to stop the recording. We're gonna stop the video, stop this.
It's all right. We'll give it what it deserves.
I think we're
I'll be
okay.
15 minutes late.
We'll make it 10 minutes. How's that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the last two items of the day. We're gonna revert back to the front of the agenda, which is the first item for France Street. This one was last in front of us in April, I believe, yeah, April 20th. Let me bring this up real quick. And it does not appear anybody is here to testify for or against this matter. Last time we were here, the determination was we continue it to the 22nd. It is popular, ladies and gentlemen. And basically $1,050 fine was assessed. Continued it to the 22nd. Quick housekeeping. There's the hearing notice. That's what I'm looking for today. Here is the constable service that it was left at his known address. And
You thought he was gonna be here for some reason?
I did. I've actually had conversations with him. I thought he'd be here.
Okay, fine notice.
Okay.
That's fine.
And this one's real easy. The violation is for work without permits for a structure that was built within setbacks and on a neighboring property,
I remember this.
and it's still there. So, I'll put,
I rode by and saw this one.
Yeah. amazing, isn't it?
Where are you in? Where's this?
That's the driveway.
Yeah, but I think I saw it from like back here.
Yeah, 37 North Ave is over here. So if you pulled into the driveway on this side,
Yeah.
that's the next door property.
Okay, so what has happened? since-
Well, so the biggest update we have here, obviously the house is still there. There has been no application submitted for, the only zoning remedy he could do right now is to change the zone to a commercial zone, it's a residential zone right now. And then have several things fall into place, including variances and
But in the meantime, nothing's changed.
nothing's changed. The building's in the same exact spot. He has the stop work order from the building department and a cease and desist from our department.
So what is he supposed to do if he can't work and has to cease and desist?
He has had, I mean, in theory, stop work order is just that, stop working, leave it there.
Right,
And then he has to resolve it, meaning if he could get permits, get permits. If he can't, relocate or remove it.
from our point of view, not from the stop work is from the building.
Well, so is our cease and desist as well.
Okay, so cease and desist,
He did that.
he seized and desisted.
So now we have a structure that was built improperly within setbacks that nothing has been done. And the way everything stands now, he cannot get that approved where it is today. There is no way he can.
Well, that's not the issue, though. The issue is that he isn't doing anything. Right?
Right, he has not done anything, but he has also not made an attempt to apply for
That's what
any
I'm saying.
sort of
He
resolution.
didn't
That's,
do anything.
yeah, he didn't do anything in that regard. Sorry, that's meant like working on the property. He hasn't, that may be the one thing he still hasn't done is that he has followed. We have not noticed any substantial enough work on the property since we sent all the notices.
Where did I say something about, I threatened a substantial fine?
That was just on our decision last time. I think it was just,
What possible substantial fine?
I think it
Okay,
was even said on your,
right, all right, so I think it's time for a substantial fine. I don't know what else to do.
and once this gets and we can send, and because it's already with our, attorneys, we can just put it right to them. Uncontested hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Violation continues with no progress. Fine. Let's see, get 1,000. Wake them up with that whole, with that business.
Well, let's see what the max is according to the state of Connecticut. State of Connecticut, for anybody who wants to know, is $24,000 is the max fine that we can impose.
$4,000. Max fine. At this time. Increasing. $150 a day. Assess. Fine. Let's see. $3,000 plus. Was $6,000 contingent fine. Continued to.
Well, I think it'd be appropriate to give the next court date time to go through, just to see where everything stands. So we'll throw them on that August hearing, the 30th.
August 30, 20, 22, read notice.
Bear with me.
Okay, we've got to find somebody.
Yeah. I don't know where it's all gonna head, but it's
But sometimes that's what you have to do.
unfortunately so. I'd rather not, but unfortunately so. Decision form, envelope, go. Thank you. We'll take that. Nice. Here. 4A Laura Street. All right. This. Well.
Hold this story and hold the date open to go out afterwards.
I can do that. I can do that. You have a good agenda for that. Maybe you should have your son come down and just watch and have some fun.
Yeah,
Let me peanut guy, see what we actually do. It's a good agenda. It's gonna be a good one.
yeah, I had my grandson come once.
Yeah, I remember that. He came by. I think he was borderline. He was somewhere between. I'm kind of interested in this thing.
Yeah.
All right, one more, ladies and gentlemen. We'll round it out. This is 4A Laura Street. This is item number 7 on the agenda. It's a brand new one, and I know those generally take a few minutes longer, but this was pretty straightforward. And allow me to get the share screen up here. Okay. So. This one came from the fire marshal's office. This was from he conducted an inspection. Now, if you may remember, there's several addresses on Laura Street that we are investigating. A couple of them have been in front of us. Because the fire marshal believed there was a lot of improper units there. And this was one of them. He contacted me around late February with a list of properties and looked them all to verify use. This one came back during our discussion as not legal. And I have a plethora of information to prove that, especially a old violation. So for housekeeping purposes, we have,
Stop for a second.
I will hold on.
Hold everything, go, shut the thing down.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah. Let me, we're gonna pause here for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Just do it, and we're gonna do that. Nope. All right, folks, we're back. So let's get this share screen up there. We're at the housekeeping portion of this here. So we have the owner of records of the property. And so basically I sent the notice as I sent a notice via a request to the fire marshal to try to resolve this illegal 3-family to get it off of his plate because he only inspects 3 families and above. And this should not be a 3-family. So at his request, I sent a notice. First notice we sent was on March 4th. And to the owner of record, which is Peter Kaminsky and Editra Boitrel. I'm assuming that's Eastern European. It's not as mine's not as good as it used to be. The issue lies, however, in that notice got returned, and I have it clipped there. It got returned as unable to forward, unable to deliver as addressed, as if 8 Pond Road didn't exist in Westport. I'm confident it does. I can. I've been by it before. I'm pretty confident Pond Road does exist. So in lieu of that, I resent the notice via our constable. Normally I don't send notices, but because this is dealing with an illegal apartment, I figured may not be a bad idea. That one was also returned, this time as unclaimed. But Constable Bondi was able to verify that that 8 Pond is where they reside and is where the owner resides, and left them a notice.
Okay,
And we'll even go a step farther here. Lack of better terms, I also sent a citation. I'll show you why we sent a citation in a moment. But that's the citation that I sent on the 17th of June with today's hearing date. And Constable Bondi found the owner. So at 8 Pond Road. So putting all that together,
put him in his hands. All
and
right.
I think that we
In
can
hand
stay.
service, that's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, notice found. Good job.
Very good, Peter. And just a quick, and the pictures don't show too much, but it's just an idea of what the house looks like. There are a couple of clues, though, to show that this may not be a 2-family. There are multiple mailboxes on the front door. There's actually 4 of them. That's usually a good indication that there's more than 1 or 2 units in the building. There are 3 meters, 3 electrical meters. So that's generally, most of the time, that means that's an extra unit. And I'll say this is a very minor thing, but the amount of parking that they have there is, they have approximately the whole width of the front yard. If there was just a 1-family or a 2-family there, I would think they would not be necessitating such a huge driveway. That's a bit circumstantial, but that's just my feeling. And to why I sent all this to begin with, we go back in time just a little bit. This house was built in 2003, 2004. The map that I'm presenting that's on the screen there, 4A is the vacant lot on that map. Is right there, and that's up here on the screen. So it was parceled off from what was originally in its entirety 4 Laura Street, and it was subdivided to create 4A and 4B Laura Street. Laura Street is a legal 2-family, 4B, I should say. And then in 2003, I have here the permit to build 4A Laura Street. And the map that's mentioned in the permit is the map that I presented there. And let's see, is there any, what else do I want to show on this real quick? Oh, here it is. And when we did our final inspection on the property, by that time, we did our final inspection in December of 2005. The address of 4A was established as a new 2-family residence. And the last page, that's the as-built survey. So 2-family residence, two and through, right there.
Okay.
And the last bit of documentation I have here is a 2007 permit to finish the basement. So my assertion here is that the basement unit, which the fire department was referencing, they started doing the work in 2007. And somewhere along the line, they did not close out this permit. And they finished it for an apartment. And even attached is an affidavit that was filed in the land records, signed by the owner of a 2-family residence and a home office
Mhm.
in a C residential zone.
Mhm.
And last one, this is my, so basically this is here, you don't have to read it if you don't want to, but it's I'll present it just as the history of this property. And I have it here in front of me. In 2014,
Or to a third unit.
converted to a 3rd unit. In this file, I have photos, lots of them from my previous inspector, Adam, showing a basement unit. If anybody in the public, general public wishes to see this file, it's large. I didn't want to throw 8,000 pages on the.
So they, corporate counsel noticed potential civil action. Did they bring one or not?
They did not. And here is that.
That's a long time ago.
Yes. That is the civil action document.
So now it's dumped on us, right?
Right. There was a brief time where I guess there was a politically charged thing where we sent everything that expired after the 15-day cease and desist right up to Attorney McCann in the law department. I'll be completely honest, there were stacks and stacks of things, and he didn't get to all of them. So this remained open, and actually when the fire marshal contacted my office, this was the first red light that popped up.
Okay,
So
all right, so let's deal with it. Where did our authority, when was there notice to citation?
well, the notice of violation was sent in March, but we have not heard anything. So the citation was sent on the 17th
17th of June.
of June, yes.
So a week.
Because we tried to get, waiting for Constable Bondi to do his thing.
Okay, so it's brand new. We know there's a violation, or we think there's.
Based on and this is what I'll end it with, based on the fact that there was a proven basement unit in 2014, the fire marshal
I think we can,
brought it up again now.
they want to come back and prove it wasn't.
Let him. That's why I agree with that. So let's get the decision form here. It's somewhere here. I broke it. Here it is. Download. Nothing to sneeze at here. I believe the maximum fine, I believe it's small, but I believe the maximum fine is $900.
Yeah. Find that. Scary. Months from now, have a good number.
A little more robust. Yeah.
Violation found. no fine at this time. Until you. To August 30th.
We can do that. Yeah, because it won't build up much by July, so
August 30th, 2022, big notice.
I don't think that's a good idea there. Very good.
All right, so that's okay. Well, did manage to find somebody.
Now we find somebody. I think that's
That's
we did
it's a
something.
good day.
It sounds good today.
Somebody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today. We have next hearing is we do have to reschedule that, I believe, because it's on a Wednesday. July 13th. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, we'll discuss that, but so stay tuned. We'll get a meeting date out to everybody there in the near future. Ta-ta, everybody.